A federal judge has called on the Trump administration to give more information about what they're trying to do to bring back a man who was unlawfully deported to El Salvador. Kilmar Ábrego García was mistakenly removed from the US in error last month and is being held in a maximum security prison. His supporters gathered outside the courthouse on Tuesday after the White House was given a 2-week deadline to provide documents related to his case. Both President Trump and the President of El Salvador are refusing to have him returned to the US. Let's speak to CBS correspondent Jared Hill, who's looking at this story. So something of a stalemate at the moment, Jared.
That's right, Martini, and a lot of this centers around the interpretation of the language that has been given from the Supreme Court in particular. They're saying here that the Trump administration has to facilitate his return. The administration, though, is arguing that the word facilitate in this context means just not obstruct. Meanwhile, you have the president of El Salvador saying that he can't send Ábrego García back to the United States because he's not wanted in the United States. And so his direct quote was actually, "What would I do, smuggle him in?" All of this, though, goes back to this legal battle that is currently happening. There's a judge who's over this case, a federal judge, who is now giving the Trump administration a couple of weeks to get together some members of the administration who are going to formally discuss with the judge and with the court whether they are actively working against her order to facilitate bringing Ábrego García back. Will this end in him coming back to the United States? Again, that's still yet to be seen.
What indication is there of what's actually going on behind the scenes to resolve this?
Well, I mean, the court proceedings are continuing here. And as you mentioned, we are at a bit of a stalemate on both sides of this because the administration is making an argument that Ábrego García was a person who was in the country illegally, they say. They also are saying that he is a member of the MS-13 gang. All these reasons that they argue are why he either would have been deported or should have been deported, saying that there was a clerical or paperwork error with the reasoning that he was deported, they say mistakenly to begin with. This will be a big question, though, for the courts moving forward and potentially even the Supreme Court in the long term to see whether they are required to bring him back to the country. All of this kind of big picture is seemingly a testing of President Trump's powers as the president, as the executive over things related to situations like deportations.
Jared, for the moment, thank you very much. Jared Hill from
you.
CBS.